Just waiting on some people to come in here. All right, just waiting on some people to come in. I said I would do another live Q&A. Broadcasting from StreamYard, so I can add people to the stream if you want to talk. I'm going to put this link. Give me a second. Figure out how to do it. Waiting on some people to come in. Let's see how to add this. All right, so questions, Q&A. I'll do some Q&A on Final Mile. If anybody got some Q&A for Final Mile, I'll answer some Q&A. I had a bunch of questions that came in my DM. I can answer some of those too, and then I'm just gonna post this video on YouTube. So if you had a question and you're not on the live and you sent it to my DM and I haven't responded yet, then I'm just gonna go through and answer some of them here. Or I can add you to the streamcast. Waiting on a few more people. I dropped a DSP video the other day for the people that were interested or asking me about becoming an Amazon DSP. I dropped the video, was that Friday night, and I gave you my take on my experience. I didn't become a DSP, but I did go through the process, and I pulled out at the last minute. So for whoever, few people that was asking me about the DSP program, go watch that video. A lot of people in that program are filing for bankruptcy. So, enter that DSP program at your own risk. Q&A. All right, so I guess we can go get started. People are just joined. All right, questions and answers. You can type your question in the live comment chat, and I can respond that way, or you can join the stream because I'm streaming from Streamcast, so I can add you to the stream. I'm trying to find the link. This might be it. Hold on. Oh, here go the link. I add it to the chat if you want to join. All right, there go the link if you want to join the chat and you want to ask your question live on camera or on audio, however you want to do it. I'll stay on as long as the questions keep coming in. Final mile questions. I mean, doc to doc. I do doc to doc questions too, middle mile. But final mile is my is my specialty. That's where I made most of my money in Final Mile. So, Final Mile question. Somebody is DMing me right now about Final Mile. The question is, so I just started my moving company in May of this year. Myself and another individual started the business together, and we are both veterans from the military service. We got a few little moves here and there, but nothing consistent. I really want to get into the contracting with logistics to maintain consistent work as outlined in one of your videos, but I fear finding insurance to satisfy that need is where I'm stumped. So my question to you, Antonio, are you licensed? All right, so if you got a moving company, it's a licensed moving company, you should have insurance. As far as work, you said you're finding little work. Well, right now we're going through a recession. So my moving company, this is the slowest moving season I've had since 2010 when I came into business. This is the slowest. And even in 2010, that's what made me a lot of money. Actually timing, I got in at the right time. People were losing their homes. So I was able to make a lot of money off, unfortunately, people's downfalls because people were losing their homes. Right now, it's 12 years later, and what we're seeing now is that people don't have money to move. Moving is very expensive now, with fuel and just labor, period. A lot of people are doing it themselves. So that's probably why you're not seeing that many moves, and it is peak season. So even coming in peak season prior to this year, you could just jump in July and just make money as a novice and not know what you're doing. But it's not like that this year. U-Haul is up $1 billion from last year. They made an extra $1 billion on top of what they made last year. So that's just letting you know that a lot of people are moving themselves. People rather take that extra money if it's something that they can do themselves, and they're going to do it. And they rather take that extra money and fill up their tank or go out to dinner or do extra stuff with it. So other stuff with it rather. So people just aren't spending the money on moving. They're giving it to U-Haul, and they're getting some cousins, and they're getting their kids, and they're doing it themselves. LOL, that DSP program look weak. They have another one though. Which DSP? Oh, the DSP, yeah. So the thing with the DSP, they promote it as your own business. But I'm telling you now, if you jump into that DSP program with Amazon, you don't own your own business. On paper, you own your own business, but you're really, like I said, you're really like a middle management for them. So instead of them hiring drivers and managers, if they did that, they would have to pay unemployment insurance, they would have to pay benefits and all that stuff. So they're cutting all that cost out, and they're passing it down to you. But you have no say-so on how you run that. They're telling you everything to do. They're telling you how much you have to pay your employees. They're telling you everything. You have no say-so as an Amazon DSP. You are overworked, and the amount of work that they're giving you, the amount of stress and the metrics that you have to meet just to appease them. You gotta think to yourself, is it worth it? So, I mean, there's a guy that said he did 3-4 million in gross revenue, and he took home less than $90,000. So you got to look at those margins. If you're pulling in that much money and you're dealing with that much stress, you're dealing with that many people. It's people that go punch a clock and make more than 90 grand. And when they punch out, they don't take their work home with them. As an Amazon DSP, you're taking that work home. And the turnover for drivers, is just stressful enough. If you got running 20 vans and you get 2 call offs, now you're running 18 routes, but you got 2 routes that you got to answer for. That freight is still sitting on the dock, and Amazon ain't trying to hear that. And then they charge you for that because now they got to flex it out. So now they got to either push that delivery back, or hopefully they have enough flex people that show up to go deliver it in their car. But at the end of the day, they're still going to fine you for it. So that DSP program, You know, to each his own. I don't really see good stories from it. I just see bad stories. And luckily I was smart enough that when I was going through the onboarding process, I could see that it was going to be more headache than it was going to be profitable. So all money is not good money. You know what I'm saying? All money ain't good money. Let me check my DM, see if I got any more questions. I'll stay on as long as people got questions. This is the link. If you want to come on live and ask a question on StreamYard, that's the link to get added. Or you can ask your question here. Like I said, I'll stay on as long as it's some questions. Another thing that I wanted to address, I'm seeing a lot of videos and a lot of ads popping up about becoming a millionaire with a box truck, with one truck. And I think I talked about this before. That's impossible. You know, some people out here are promoting all this wealth in the box truck industry because they're doing it because they're selling something. They want you to buy into what they're selling. You know what I'm saying? So just be careful on what you buy into. I watched a video. This guy said that, you know, you can make $1 million with a box truck. And that's just a lie. If you could make $1 million with one box truck, then it'd be a lot of millionaires running around here. All right. For me, I grossed my first million. And I said this before, I grossed my first $1 million in 2014. All right. I made a little over $1 million. It took me 12 to 15 trucks running 7 days a week consistently. And out of that $1 million, it cost me $800,000. I spent $800,000. So I only took home $200. And that's high. That's a 20% margin. So, you know, there's no way you can make $1 million with one box truck. No way. No way. I don't care if you ran 300 every day of the year and you ran from LA to New York and turned around and went back. You still wouldn't make $1 million with one truck. You don't become a millionaire in the box trucking game load by load, job by job. You got to have a contract. You got to be working on some type of project. You got to have a fleet of trucks, and you got to have some serious drivers. And when I say serious drivers, I don't mean, I mean drivers that are going to show up to work every day, drivers that you can depend on. If you got drivers jumping seats, you're not going to make $1 million, but you damn sure not going to make $1 million with one box truck dealing with load to load. Stop believing these people that are trying to sell you a dream, because they're selling you that dream because they want you to buy what they're selling. And I'm here to tell you that that's not possible. That's not possible. You know what I'm saying? It's not possible. No way you can make $1 million with one box truck. So now that I got that off my chest, I'm tired of seeing people getting spent and buying into all this hoopla. It's not real. Don't buy into it. I sell courses and I sell mentorship, but my stuff is affordable, and I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm not going to tell you fake. People get mentorship from me, and I've told people, you know what, this might not be for you. If they telling me they're not willing to put in the work ethic to get out of it what they're trying to get out of it, I tell them, man, this might not be for you. I'm always keep it real. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. All right. More questions? Any questions? I'll stay on as long as the questions are coming in. Hey, Antonio, if you on live, just send me your questions on live, or you can join this stream instead of you DMing me. So I want to answer your questions on the DM, but I'm doing the live right now. So either I'll respond to these questions later, or you can come in this chat and you can come on live and answer these questions about your moving company. But he's basically texting me. He says he's starting a moving company. He's got his LLC. but he doesn't have insurance and he's not booking jobs. That's another thing. Your LLC and your corporation doesn't mean you're a licensed company. That's another thing. Anybody can go get an LLC. Anybody can go get the incorporation. You can go get your articles of incorporation. When you get your articles of incorporation, that does not mean you're a business. Yes, on paper you have a business, but there's other avenues you got to go through, especially in the moving industry. So if you don't have insurance, one of the qualifications for being a licensed mover is you got to have insurance. You can't move anybody without insurance, right? What you cover, I'm just going to answer your question. What's covered by you for free when you do get licensed is what's called valuation. Valuation is what, if say you're fully licensed, you got a licensed moving company, you're licensed with your state, you got your insurance, your cargo, your general liability, and your commercial auto and your workers' comp, depending on what state you're in. And you do a move, a person hires you for a move. By law, you have to cover valuation. Valuation is not insurance. What valuation is, you cover them up to 30 cents per pound per article. All right, that's intrastate, meaning you're staying within your state. If you cross state lines, it becomes federal, and you pay them 60 cents per pound per article if something breaks. They get that for free. Anything extra, if a person moves with you and they want their stuff insured, they got two options. They can go declared value or they can go full value. Declared is depreciated value. All right. Full, obviously, they're getting full value. All right. With that, if they want that type of insurance, they have to purchase that insurance from an insurance agent, a licensed insurance agent that sells moving insurance. All right. And this goes for anybody that's listening that's not even in the moving, the people who are here for the final mile questions and the Dr. Doc questions. Even when you move, that's something. If you ask the mover, are you insured? Am I covered? And they tell you, yeah, that doesn't mean you're insured. That means that valuation is covered. They have to give you valuation, which is not insurance. Valuation is 30 cents per pound per article local. If it goes across state lines, it's 60 cents per pound per article, right? And that just covers you at what you heard. So if you got this OLED TV, you got an OLED TV, OLED TV, you spend $6,000 for it, right? They drop it, right? And when you filed a claim, if you didn't take out your full coverage insurance or your depreciated insurance on that OLED TV, moving insurance, they drop it. By law, they're required to pay you 30 cents per pound per article. So if the TV weighs, let's say 10 pounds at 30 cents per pound, you pay $6,000 for it. But if it weighs 10 pounds, they're going to write you a check for $3 and they're legally covered. All right. And a moving company does not have to tell you. And a lot of companies don't tell you that. What happens is when things come up broken, they send you the valuation and then you get mad and you go write a bad review and nothing happens because that's what it is. What about being bonded? Bonded for what? Moving or like trucking? I've never been bonded. I've always been licensed and insured. I've never been bonded. I've never been bonded in trucking or moving. I've just always been licensed and insured. Appreciate you, O's Appliance Repair. Anytime I can jump on, I said I would jump on when I hit 750 subscribers. I didn't know it was going to be so soon, but I guess the next time I'll jump on live is when I hit 1,000 subscribers. I'm working on. I'm thinking about doing some type of giveaway, but I know YouTube is cracking down on a lot of giveaways because a lot of channels that was promoting giveaways were scams and stuff. So they got like a lot of rules and regulations when you're running like giveaways and contests. But I'm trying to read all the fine print before I do so. I'm thinking about doing like a gas card giveaway, but don't hold me to it because like I said, I'm still reading through a lot of the rules because I don't want to break any YouTube rules, but if I can do it, then I'm gonna probably do some type of giveaway to promote the channel. And I guess the best thing I can give away right now is maybe a gas card. But yeah, I'm working on that. Yeah, sorry, Brian. I've never been bonded, so I really don't. I can't answer anything about bonds, surety bonds. Yeah. Like I said, I'll stay on as long as people got questions. This is the link right here. If you want to join the live to come on camera or come on audio and ask your question, let me know if you sent it. I don't know. It's my first time streaming on StreamYard. I did this so that people can join the live and ask questions live. Found a contract with Spirit Delivery for $4,000 a week. I actually working on a video for Spirit. Enterprise got a truck for rent for about $6.15 a week plus 25 cents a mile. Does that sound like it's worth it? Are you going to be on the truck? Are you running that truck with a crew, or how are you setting it up? How are you setting it up? $4,000 a week is pretty good. Let me know if you're on that truck. Yes, I'm on the truck. And how many helpers you got? You and one other person, or you and two other people? If it's you and one other person, then I say go for it. $6.15 a week for a 26-foot truck is a fair rate right now. 25 cents a mile. That's a fair rate. If you're on the truck, I would go for it. So just one right now. So if it's just you and one other cat, I say go for it. If you paying your guy, was it a 5-6 day a week contract? How many days a week is that contract? And is it appliances or is it furniture? 6 day a week. All right, so let me do some quick math. How much you paying your guy a day? Like 125, 150, your helper? How much you paying your helper? Let's say you paying your helper what? Let's say you paying 125 a day. After your rental, I don't know if insurance is involved yet, and this ain't the miles. You're looking about $2,600. So if you do, I don't think you should be doing 1,000 miles if you're doing appliance deliveries. Let's say you do. Want to say 600, but let's say 750 miles. Round that to another 200. So 2,400. And let's say your insurance is costing you another, I don't know. You said enterprise. Let's say another 400. Then your fuel. I'm just estimating. You probably walk away with about, on the low end, $1,000, $1,500 a week, depending on what they charge you for the insurance and depending on where your route is at. So that's going to determine how much fuel you're going to burn and how many miles you're going to put on. If you can stay in a 50-mile radius from where your truck is to when you get to the warehouse to do the load in the morning. Then depending on where they put you. See, the crazy thing is when you sign up with a logistics company, all the new people that come in, they give them the shitty routes. All right, the guys that's been around for a while, they got the good routes, the routes that are close to home, the routes that are close to the warehouse. Some contractors leave their trucks at the warehouse and then they drive the personal car to the warehouse in the morning. So it all depends on where they put you. Like I said, most of the time when you're coming into a new logistics company, the new guys get the shitty routes, which are usually far out. So that's going to determine how much money you get. But like I said, you can always negotiate. If you go in there and you do what you're supposed to do, man, you can always kind of lean on them because the turnover rate with these logistics companies is high. And if they see you doing what you're supposed to do, you're not getting no claims, you're coming to work every day and you're returning, you're getting your route done at a good time, and they're getting good surveys from you. As long as it's reasonable, if you ask them for an extra $250 or $500 a week, 9 times out of 10, they'll give it to you. All right. Is there a reasonably priced scanner that I can purchase for my box truck that do forest regions? What insurance is used if you damage a customer's property during final mount install? All right, so general liability would cover if you damage a person's property. Out of my 13, 14 years, I've never used my insurance for property. Like, by the grace of God, the damages that we've had, I've always sent out a handyman. Sometimes it's cheaper to just pay for it out of your pocket. So basically, if you're gonna do final mile delivery, you need to find you a good handyman, right? Because this handyman is gonna be your friend. He's gonna be your best friend because you're gonna constantly keep him working. You're gonna always send him jobs, whether it's to patch a wall, to whatever, fix a door handle, they knock off a banister. Mostly it's going to be patch and paint unless it's a floor. Now, if it's a floor, that's where customers really get to bitching and shit. All right. If it's a floor, because the thing with a floor, especially if it's hardwood or if it's like dark hardwood, like you really can't repair that. You gotta pretty much redo the whole floor. But if it's minor scratch, you cannot kind of buff it out, find a handyman and that guy you want to always go to. Because the thing is, once you start filing claims on your general liability for property damage, the next year when it's time for you to renew, one or two things is going to happen. One, they're going to either drop you, which you don't want, because now your broker gotta shop you around on the market, and now he's shopping you on the market as someone that's been dropped from another company. Or two, your premium is going to go up. Either way is bad. One is worse than the other, but you don't want either to happen. So in most cases, if it's small damage, it's best to just get it fixed on your own and just save your general liability for the big stuff. I had a guy back into the clearance, it was too low. The truck wasn't really damaged, but he tore the whole awning overhang. It wasn't like a real dock, so they had like a awning type thing, and he tore it out. The truck wasn't damaged, but they wanted me to pay 55 grand, and this was like maybe 2013, 2014, and they went as far as contacting the logistics company and the operations manager for Dynamics. That was the logistics company that truck was running through. He was calling, yelling at me, and it was 55 grand. I don't know what happened, but we didn't pay it. We ended up not having to pay it. So I don't know what happened, but save your general liability claims for the real big stuff, really big stuff that you can't pay out of pocket. I own 4 trucks, all 26 inches. You mean 26 footers. with Cummins Motors and lift gates. In your opinion, option who is given the best contracts in Florida and Atlanta? If you're doing final mile, I would look at XPO. I would look at XPO. I would look at JB Hunt. I would look at XPO, JB Hunt, Florida. Look into XPO and JB Hunt first. Let those be your first options. Let XPO and JB Hunt be your first options. XPO primarily. Go with XPO first. They got a lot of accounts. And if you do get with XPO, try to get with IKEA. Or National NAL. Try NAL. They got IKEA. IKEA is a real easy account to do final mile delivery because it doesn't require any assembly. Everything is in boxes, and you can't really mess nothing up. You can't really damage nothing because all the IKEA stuff is light, right? It's in boxes, nothing heavy. You know what I'm saying? You can't really mess nothing up with IKEA. So try NAL, which is CRST, bought them out. So NAL or XPO or JB Hunt. I always recommend if you can get IKEA, take IKEA. No problem. Any more questions? Stay on as long as the questions are rolling in. As long as the questions are rolling in. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Trying to get to this 1,000 subscribers, hopefully by the end of the month. Working on some type of giveaway. What else I got coming up? Going to drop some more final mile companies this week. Working on some final mile companies to drop. Yeah, we'll stay on as long as the questions are coming in. You can join the live by going to this link right here. If you want to come on screen and holler at me, hit that link and you can join the live and we can talk. I'll answer your questions. Freight is slowing down. I guess I'll just talk until somebody asks some questions. Freight seems like it's slowing down. A lot of companies are not selling a lot of stuff. We definitely are into a recession. This is when millionaires are made, though. Millionaires are made in recessions. I made a lot of money in the last recession. Unfortunately, it was due to people's downfalls. But, you know, a lot of people will become millionaires in this recession. You got to play this recession very smart, guys. How much do you think? I didn't hop out the trucks. When I got up to 3 trucks, that's when I hopped out. You know what I'm saying? If you running one truck and you don't have other streams of revenue coming in, then let me just say this. A lot of people during the pandemic thought that, you know, I'm going to take this PPP money, I'm going to buy a truck, and then I'm going to create another source of revenue, right? And every person I told that to, I said, it's not going to work. I said, one truck, you're not going to make money. One, you're not going to find a driver. And every single one, it was 4 people, and they were all women. There's 4 women that came to me for advice. This is in 2020, 2021. They got the money. They went out and bought a truck. And I was a hater and I didn't know anything. And why you hating on me? I said, man, you get this truck, you ain't going to be able to find no driver. Are you going to drive it? No, I'm not going to drive it. I got a job. Okay, well, then the truck going to be sitting. And guess what? All them trucks still, well, the one person who still got their truck is still sitting. two of them sold them, and then one of them just finally got mad because her truck wasn't moving, and she stopped talking to me. So I said all that to say this: if you only got one truck and you don't have another source of revenue, another stream of revenue, my advice is you should be working that truck anyway, because you need to learn the business. All right. Once you learn the business, can't nobody tell you nothing that you haven't seen because you've been out there. Can't nobody tell me, hey, Mark, you ain't out here. You don't know what we're going through. None of my guys have ever said that to me because they know they can't say it to me because they know the grind that I put in at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So I say you should be out there. It took me 3 trucks to pull back off the truck. 3 trucks. So you figure one truck paid everything. So the way I looked at it was one truck paid all my expenses. It paid all my bills. It paid the payroll. It paid everything, right? The second truck, I put that back into the business, right? And then the third truck is what I paid myself with, right? And then I just repeated that. I repeated that until I got up to 15 trucks. No. So you get to 3 trucks, that's when I say you could come off. You know, if this is what you do. You know what I'm saying? One truck should be able to pay for all your expenses, right? One truck, you dump all that money back into the business, and then that third truck is how you pay yourself. We should start a Facebook or Telegram group to help find drivers or drivers looking for work. You interested, Mark? Hey, I'm down. Whatever's going to help the cause, man. The thing though with drivers, man, they fair weather nowadays. It's a few reasons why drivers are hard to come by nowadays. One is just a lot more opportunities. There's a lot more opportunities out there for people now, and the more technology provides opportunities for people, the harder it's going to be to find drivers, to find bodies to put in these trucks. Prior to Uber, prior to Lyft, prior to Instacart, prior to DoorDash, prior to Postmates, prior to Grubhub, prior to Amazon, Flex, and all these other apps you can download, VHO, Shipped, Dolly. Before all these apps existed, people had to really go out and find a job, right? Now people can download an app and go to work. They can go to work when they want to go to work. If they want to work, they'll work. If they don't want to work, they don't got to work. They can work as much as they want to make as much money. If they don't want to make money, they don't have to make money. When they want to make money, they can make money, right? Then they don't have a person like me telling them when to be there, when to be there, when to go home, telling them where they got to go and what they got to do. A lot of people now just have opportunities to work for themselves. So it's not just the trucking industry. The state of the trucking industry, the way it is why it's just not a lot of drivers, applying. It's just hard to find drivers. Technology is putting people in positions where they don't have to work for people. So, if technology continues to create opportunities for people to work for themselves, then it's only going to get worse. I need to learn basic grammar. Well, I'm college educated. I think I speak pretty articulate. So, Mr. Cream Pie Lars, I'm college educated. I got a bachelor's degree in business, and I made millions of dollars. So I think I speak pretty cool. I don't have to speak. See, the thing when you own your own business, I don't have to go in there and I don't have to speak a certain way. I can speak how I want to. Now, when the time calls, well, I speak articulate anyway. I ain't even speaking ghetto or hood, so I don't even know what you're talking about. If you don't like the way I talk, then you can exit the live. It's all good. You feel me? And I ain't gonna block you neither. I love haters. Somebody need to learn basic grammar. So the recession coming. I think so. I think the recession, there's always millionaires made in the recession. The poor are going to get poorer and the rich are going to get richer and the smart people are going to get rich. When the housing market crashed in 2008, right, it took about a year and a half for those people that lost their homes to get foreclosed. Foreclosure is a process. It takes time. So when they were finally getting put out their homes, middle of 2009, 2010, the people who had cash then are the people who are rich today. He's not a buddy, it's a guy I know, right? He had cash laying around at the time. He bought up a lot of property. And now he's driving a Rolls Royce. He got a bunch of cars. He just went and bought a boat. He had cash laying around because I know in here in Chicago, it was two flats, three flats that were going for 10 grand. Yeah, you had to fix them up, throw 20, 30,000 in them. Now you 30, 40, $50,000 in, and you got 3 tenants. And this was 10 years ago. You see what I'm saying? So the people who had money, who had cash in 2010 are the people who are rich today. You know what I'm saying? Same situation, man. Crypto is bad right now. Now's the time to start picking up crypto, right? Pick up some crypto. It's cheap now. Hold on to it. The bull run will come back around in a few years. You know what I'm saying? And the people who are accumulating crypto now are people who are going to make money then. Same thing in the last bear market. After the last bull run, the people who were accumulating in that bear run were the people who got rich last year. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people who did make that money last year, they saying like Rolexes, those watches and stuff are going down now because people ain't buying watches. They're trying to hawk them. A lot of Lambos got purchased last year with crypto money. A lot of Rolex watches got bought. So, yes, millionaires are made. You know what I'm saying? I was selling off trucks, but I'm not selling any more trucks. You know what I'm saying? I'm holding on to trucks. I got trucks that are just sitting. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to hold on to them because I feel like once it's all said and done, unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of people, I think, that are going to fall victim to this recession, and the cycle is going to repeat itself. All right. Any more questions? Appreciate it. I'm going to stay on as long as I got questions. Final mile questions. Dr. Doc. I'm trying to think of questions people ask me, like the same question, like I get asked all the time. So XPO, JB Hunt, XPO, JB Hunt, and NAL are my 3 top picks. If you want to look for a final mile contract right now, the top contract I say you want to work on is Ikea because it's easy, it's stress-free, and it doesn't if you get a claim dealing with Ikea, then something ain't right. You need to train your crew, or you might need training. Like, you can't mess Ikea up. You know what I'm saying? That's the contract you want to be on. That's the contract you want to be on. If you got an option, if you came to me today and said, man, out of all the contracts, what should I work? I'm going to tell you Ikea all day long. So questions. Here's the link for the if you want to come on camera and talk live or ask your question live, that's the link. I'll probably do another live at 1,000 subscribers. What does Ikea pay? It depends on It depends on the logistics company. A few logistics companies are running Ikea now. That all depends on the logistics company and the contract splits they got. You know what I'm saying? Everything is negotiable once you get in the door and you perform well. But that all depends on the logistics company that you apply with that's holding that account. I think XPO was paying like last I it was 55 45. It's a Ford Final Mile contract I found close to me. Did you apply to it? Did they get back to you? Yeah, like the video too. If you on the stream and you get any type of value out of this video, um, do me a favor and like the video. Um, if you getting any type of value out of the video, do me a favor, like the video. If you got any questions, to pick my brain, brief for the people who aren't followers or not followers, not subscribers that are in the live. I come with 13, 14 years of experience. I'm not a person who just jumped in the game last year. I've been in this game since 2010. Um, on a moving company. Moving company did pretty well, did exceptionally well because I jumped in the moving game in 2010 during the height of the recession, made a lot of money there. Got presented an opportunity to uh, run a contract for IKEA under a company called Dynamics, and from there I opened a trucking company, and then it was up for that from there. Right now, I'm pretty much entering into retirement. I'm still in the game, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, but I'm not running 15 trucks anymore. I don't want all that stress. I'm 42 years old now. I know I don't really look it, but I'm 42 years old, and I made my money. I did what I was supposed to do, and now I just want to sit back and teach the game. Um, and that's a brief introduction, so to speak, on who I am. Apply. Give it some time. If you can find a contact person for that Ford Final Mile, then I would reach out to him. Do JB Hunt and XPO have Dr. Doc lows? Of course. That's all they have. If you got a 26 footer, it's all Dr. Doc. Dr. Doc and middle mile, intermodal, all that stuff. But if you're not a trucker, if you're doing a box truck, then yeah. No, wait, hold on. Yeah, they got Dr. Doc. Yeah, Dr. Doc. I think a lot of XPO and JB Hunt, Dr. Doc 26 footers, you gotta be a company driver though. I ain't even from the front. I ain't from the front. I haven't seen, I haven't seen anything for a 26 footer Dr. Doc for JB Hunt or XPO. But if you if you if you go on their load boards, if you go on the JB Hunt load board, they may have something. I haven't been on a JB Hunt load board. They may have opportunities for IC's Dr. Doc, but they don't they don't advertise or promote that stuff. But they may have something on their internal load board. Look at a company called UST for Dr. Doc. Not for Dr. Doc. Yeah, look at a company UST um, in Jersey on the East Coast. UST. I actually did a video on them last week. Look at that company, UST. One last question. Have you heard of MML Alliance out of Burr Ridge? No, I haven't. Is that a Final Mile company? Let me look them up real quick. MML Alliance. It's out of Burr Ridge. Let's see. Please, Mark, try to go live on Sunday. or a day out the week, it will make you gain more followers. Uh, the whole thing with the live, yeah, I guess I'll try to do a live. I'll try to schedule one. Um, I don't want to burn the lives out. You know what I'm saying? Because like I only got 750 subscribers, so if it's the same people coming in and we're talking about the same things, I guess I can do a live. People can update me. I'll do videos and then people can update me on the questions they have or if they apply to some of these companies and so on and so forth. Yeah, so I'll try to do it on Sundays. They're a trucking company. No, I haven't heard of them. I haven't heard of MML. Don't know much about, but found them on Indeed after you suggested Indeed. Thank you for the videos and info, helps a lot. No problem. There's a lot of companies on Indeed. MML is probably it's probably a small trucking company, a guy who probably owns a few trucks. I used to use Indeed to find drivers. So everybody posts on Indeed. So it's probably not a big company. That's probably why I never heard of them. Yeah, but I'll try to go live once a week, maybe twice a week. The thing with the subscriber thing, I mean, you know what? To be honest with you, I started my YouTube with April 28th. And from what my research said, usually it takes about 60 days for people to get 100 subscribers. So in 60 days, I was at 500, which my 60 days was like last week, right? Now I'm at 750. So, I mean, box trucking is not a genre where I don't expect to ever have 1 million subscribers. This is just it's not entertainment. I'm not showing Lamborghinis. I'm not, doing backflips off of uh, balconies and crazy stuff that people do to get a bunch of subscribers. I'm not clickbaiting. I'm not chastising people to start beefs with. I'm just kicking facts and giving knowledge. And when you give knowledge, you know what I'm saying, I don't expect to be to gain a bunch of subscribers. This is an educational channel. I'm thankful for the people who are subscribed and who find value in my videos. Like I said, I'm 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to exit, but don't nobody have no money right now. So nobody want to, to try to sell your companies right now is kind of tough because you got people losing businesses. You got people that are. I had a guy message me the other day, 9 trucks, and said he parked them, can't afford to run them no more. I felt like he wanted to ask me did I want to buy him or something, but I felt bad for the guy. So I get people that message me bad news. I get people that message me questions, but I also get people that message me bad news. So right now, I'm just running enough to just keep my mind cool, but I really want to exit and I really want to like consult. I want to really consult. You know what I'm saying? I've had my tenure, and that's another thing. And anything you do in business, and this isn't my first moving and trucking aren't my first business. I've been a serial entrepreneur since I graduated college. Like no one gave me an opportunity when I got out of college. You know what I'm saying? So I applied for jobs and just no one gave me opportunity. So I had to create my own opportunities. And I've been doing that since I graduated college in '03. And I learned in my first few businesses that were successful that you have to nothing lasts forever. So when you build a business, you have to find a good exit. You have to create a good exit strategy and a good exit point. And I think now is just my time that I'm just tired. um And that the same thing goes for like look at a lot of these companies like Toys R Us and Barnes and Noble, and trucking is never going nowhere. Don't get it twisted. Trucking is never going nowhere, but once you make once you find success in it, you got to move on. So I want to move on to consulting. So in trucking, so that's why I started a YouTube channel, and I give, I give knowledge. Don't count yourself out. My boy channel started with no subscribers, went live now, have millions. You get great knowledge to us truckers. We appreciate you. I appreciate you too. I appreciate everybody that subscribes. That's what I want to do. I want to give knowledge. So I don't talk a lot about me. I just come on the videos and I give knowledge. Um, Education is really my calling. My mom was an educator for 34 years with Chicago Public Schools. She was a teacher. So right now, that's kind of what I want to get into. Like, I know a lot about trucking. I've did it. I've made a lot of money. I've lost a lot of money. I made good decisions. I made bad decisions. You know what I'm saying? So if I can help somebody out, I wish I would have had a mentor. You know what I'm saying? In 2010 when I got started, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have made a lot of mistakes. The money I spent making mistakes, if I could have invested that money into a mentor, I would have invested that money into the mentor instead of dealing with the agony and the stress of the mistakes that I made, and just a lot of the things that I could have prevented early on. You know what I'm saying? But by the grace of God, my mistakes were minimal. But I wish I had somebody like me, to watch, that was kicking game back then. But shit, 2010, YouTube was still fairly new. New Jersey Air. Doc to doc overnight. Don't have much more info. Gonna have a meeting tomorrow and see what they're talking about. What company is that with? Is that straight through Walmart, or is that with a logistics company? Because now I know I've been doing research on Walmart. I haven't really done a video on Walmart because Walmart, they really don't deal like, so their final mile thing they're doing right now that I've found is in cars. They're dealing with people picking up packages in cars and not really like box trucks. So that's why I really haven't covered it. So who are you? This company in New Jersey that's dealing with Walmart. Is that legit through a logistics company, or is that through Walmart directly? Good evening, Mark. How are you doing, bro? I'm doing good, Mr. Moore. I'm doing good, man. I can't complain, man. Uh, on live, man, talking with the people, man, trying to kick knowledge, man. Trying to get to the bag, trying to find this new bag, trying to get some more bags, doing some research. Been researching all day, man. A lot of research I've been doing all day. All day I've been doing research, man. It's a lot of money out here, man. It's a lot of money out here, man. I'm still on live as long as I got questions coming in. My friend linking me in. Hopefully next time I'll have all that info. Yeah, man. If you got that info, man, next time I go live, you can pass it along. I'm pretty sure people, Walmart, man. You know what the funny thing? I had it's this company called Installs. I don't think they're called Installs no more. I had this contract with this company called Installs. We did mattress deliveries for Sam's Club through Installs. And a few years ago, they closed a bunch of Sam's Club locations to turn them into DC's distribution centers to compete with Amazon. And this was in 2018. And I just don't understand why Walmart can't figure it out. Like, I just don't understand why they can't figure it out. They got the money. You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand why they can't figure out this final mile thing. Walmart should have been Amazon before Amazon. Like, Amazon should just still be selling books. Amazon shouldn't be who they are, is what I'm saying. Walmart should be Amazon, right? But whoever was running their R&D department, to me, dropped the ball. All right. There's no way, with the footprint that Walmart has and has had for many years, that they should not be leading the final mile game as far as, you know, what Amazon is doing. That should be Walmart. But that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. You know, and now they're struggling and having a hard time trying to catch up. Yeah, Walmart ain't gonna never go nowhere because they got the biggest footprint as far as brick and mortar, you know, stores. Walmart gonna always be Walmart, but as far as like online, they should have that too. Walmart should have never allowed Amazon to come in and take that space. That should have been Walmart. Any more questions? Final mile questions? Stay on as long as the questions are coming in. I got let's see, broadcasting on StreamYard, so you can go to this link if you want to come on live to talk box trucking. Go to the link, send the request, and you can come on live and we can talk box trucking, the box truck game. Like I said, I'll stay on as long as people got questions. I'm gonna stay on long. I ain't got nothing to do, just researching. Let's see. Gas is going down. That's a good thing, right? So gas is going down. Gas is going down, so that's a good thing. What else is happening? How can I start a moving and storage company? Get your LLC, your corporation. Then go get your licensing with the state. Every state is different. Here we gotta it's regulated here, so we have to apply with the Illinois Commerce Commission, right? And we apply once we get your LLC, your or your corporation. Then if your state regulates it, then you have to apply with your state, right? You get your insurance, all your insurances, and then you should be good to go. I'll tell you how it works here. So you get your LLC, your corporation. Then the Illinois Commerce Commission, I have to apply with the Illinois Commerce Commission. It's a regulation thing here. All right. Once you apply with the Illinois Commerce Commission, you have to go in front. You get summons for a court date. You got to go in front of a judge and you got to show them that you're physically and mentally capable of running a moving company. Once they grant you and say, okay, you're physically capable and mentally capable of running a moving company, they grant you with a permit, right? The permit is for a year. So you're still not licensed. They give you a permit for the first year and they monitor you. All right. After that year, then you go back in front of the judge, right? The Illinois Commerce Commission judge, and they look at your first year. They see if you have any tickets. You know, like I got a ticket right here. I'm not going to show you guys everything on screen because it got a lot of my but this is an administrative citation one of my trucks just got, you know. So this is an administrative citation from the Illinois Commerce Commission. So if you don't get any citations, or depending on what citations you get, for whatever rules you broke or whatever you did or didn't do or whatever, then they grant you with your license. And then that's it. The Illinois Commerce Commission here is like, they got their own police. It's like 8 of them, right? And the reason why I think we have it here is because we got like a lot of road companies. Movers will show up and then they'll hold your furniture hostage, and things of that nature. So the ICC is there to kind of protect the consumer from rogue moving companies. So the ICC here, they monitor moving, towing, electric, gas, trains, and a few more other things. So depending on the state you're in, you may not have to go through all those steps. It may be just as simple as going to your Secretary of State, getting your LLC or your corporation, getting your insurance. You're going to need general liability, commercial auto, and cargo insurance. Depending on your state, you may have to get workers' comp insurance. And that's pretty much it. My advice to you, and I'm just going to keep it all the way 100 with you. We're in an era now where there's more unlicensed companies than there are licensed. When I started, I wasn't licensed. I started like most moving companies, 2 men in a truck. 2 men in a truck started that way. It was 2 guys. They were doing moves just to make a few extra dollars, right? And it became successful. They didn't even got licensed. I would recommend anybody start that way. If you're in a state where, like here, where it's regulated, it is risky, but the most that's going to happen if they catch you, they're going to write you a citation. Not something you're going to go to jail for. I wouldn't go out and get licensed right away because you got to look at the market you're in. You got apps like Thumbtack, Hire Helper, and all these apps where people got trucks and they're not licensed, but they're doing moves and they're making a lot of money from it. So I would learn the game first before I jump out the window and get licensed, because I literally got a guy messaging me now that just started a moving company in Maine. He said he's not getting that much clientele. You know what I'm saying? And this is why a lot of moving companies are going out of business too. It's not just the fuel and the high fuel costs and labor. It's hard to find labor, but you're dealing with all these apps that have people on these apps that aren't licensed moving companies, that's a crew, they got a truck and they can do moving. The thing with the apps is they're not regulated. When you're licensed, you're regulated. There's a tariff, even federally, you're regulated with moving, you know what I'm saying? So, and you have a tariff that you have to abide by. These guys that are running under the radar, which I don't hate on them. I don't care, you know what I'm saying? Because I started that way. They don't have that tariff. So they can charge whatever they want to charge. They can charge as low as they want to charge or as high as they want to charge. So but that's how you start, man. That's how you start. All right. Any more questions? Any more questions? Moving questions. A lot of people got moving questions today. I've been getting moving questions on my DM and on here. All right, somebody wants to join. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, I had a question, man. I just started my MC and my DOT number went active on the 27th. I'm getting a rider truck for a rental, and they say they need an Amazon code. How do I obtain an Amazon code to get a discount?
Did you apply at Amazon yet?
Yeah, I just got approved like 2 days ago.
All right, then you should be able to get the code. Just ask, did they give you some type of contact information at Amazon?
With that I got the engagement, the email they send you to Amazon.
Contact support and tell them that you need the code.
Okay, support?
Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate that, man. And bro, love all the good gems you give out, bro. For real, man. You giving it out for real, bro. Like you helping out a lot of people. You help me out, man.
So I appreciate it, bro. How long you been subscribed?
Shit, man, I've been subscribed right now. I ain't gonna lie, about 2 weeks now, cause I just got on you, man. I just seen your video.
Okay. And you got your truck yet from Ryder or no?
Nah, not yet. I'm going to pick it up tomorrow, man. So
what rate did they give you?
It's $1,100 a week. I think 22 cents a mile.
Did they give with that 1,100? Did that include some miles?
Yeah, they said 1,000. I think 1,000 cap on there a week, something like that. They told me.
And that 1,100 that includes what, 1,000 miles? What about insurance?
Insurance, yeah, I got insurance through Progressive, and my general liability through Wilson Insurance. That's like $1,200 a month for my insurance.
So Ryder made you get your own insurance?
Right. Well, I got my own insurance because of because I was going with Amazon too.
Okay. So you're gonna rely solely on Amazon?
Nah. Most definitely not. I'm gonna try to get on. I got a couple of load boards. I tried out a couple of them UST that you put me on, man. Like I tried it. I'm waiting on an answer from them because I watched your video and went directly and fill it out with them. So I'm waiting on a response. I had to do an open force, what it's called. So I'm waiting on a response on that. Yeah, you put me in the game, man. God, at least you drop some jewels, man.
Man, I appreciate it, man. I'm happy, man. You seem happy, man. You excited, man.
Yes, sir. I'm ready to roll, man. Hopefully tomorrow everything works smooth, man. I'm ready to do my first load, man.
Man, it's gonna go smooth, man. Just keep me updated, man. Let me know how it go.
Yes, sir. Appreciate the gems, man. Much love to you, brother.
I appreciate you for checking in.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. All right. All right, see you, man. Appreciate that. Okay, appreciate the info. No problem, man. Anytime. How long does it take you to have maybe 4 trucks? Man, everybody is different, man. Everybody is different. I can tell you, well, you know what? Let's see, I started in 2010, 2011, 2012. It took me a year and a half, 2 years to get to 3 trucks. Yeah, year and a half, 2 years to get to 3 trucks. But now you got to understand, this is in a different time period. This is in 2010, 2011, 2012. There was none of this Amazon Flex, Uber Eats. It was none of this. And I'm going to keep it 1,000 with you. My moving company, I was getting people that couldn't get jobs nowhere else. I'm gonna be honest with you. Most people that was in the moving industry back then is one of two things. Either they were out the joint and couldn't get a job, right? One, they were felons, right? Or two, they didn't speak English. They were, so that's what we were dealing with back then. So it was easy to find people. Like moving was always the industry that people came to that wanted to make good money that no one else would give an opportunity to. So I had people at my door every day looking for opportunities. It's not like that now, man. It's not like that now, man. You know what I'm saying? It's harder to find people now because there's so many opportunities for people to make money. So it took me a year and a half, 2 years. I don't know how long that would take because you would have to find 4 solid drivers and you would have to keep them. Another issue people are having is drivers are jumping seat to seat, man. They bouncing around. Whoever, who's ever paying the most, that's who they going with. So they'll come work with you temporarily, and then if somebody else offer them more money or they find a better opportunity, they're gonna leave you. You know what I'm saying? So 4 trucks, man, every situation is different, bro. I got trucks that are parked right now, bro. I got trucks that is parked, man. I ain't looking for nobody though. Like I already know what it is out here. I gave up looking for people 2 years ago because I already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I say take it one truck at a time, man. And if you want to expand, when you do come across good people, man, just take care of them. Sometimes you gotta, dig in your pocket a little bit more and take a little bit off of your plate to put on somebody else's plate to keep them around. But when you keep them around, that keeps that money coming in. I'd rather have that money coming in than not coming in at all. So if I got to take a little bit off my plate to put it on somebody else's plate so that I can keep eating, that's just the mentality that you got to have, bro. One thing people can't say, I pay my people. I pay them good. I've always done that, I've always done that, man. Always pay your people good, especially good people. That's what's up, bro. Bro, you got the info up and going in 2 weeks. Get that bag, bro. Yeah, man. Yeah, he got the info. He said he watched one of my videos 2 weeks ago. And man, he up and running in 2 weeks, man. See, the opportunities is there, man, but you're gonna have to work, man. You're gonna have to work, but the opportunities are there, So yeah, that made me feel good. he just came on and let me know that, man, you could see the happiness and the excitement, man. He ready to go get his first load, man. That's good, man. Have you fired an employee? Come on, man. What? Come on, man. Hey, man, listen, I'm in Chicago, right? I've dealt with, man, look, man. Yeah, I've fired people before, man. I've had some very sketchy situations, man. I've fired people before. I had a dude tell me, hey, Mark, I'm gonna be up under one of them trucks one morning. You gonna come to the yard. I'm gonna be up on one. I'm gonna catch you. I'm gonna be crawled up on under one of your trucks, and I'm gonna catch you. When you fire people, man, some of the people, man, I had some shady characters work, man. I had people threaten me, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's just part of being a business owner, man. You know, especially in trucking, man. You ain't dealing with no, and moving too. Like, man, I wasn't dealing with no college graduates. I was dealing with cats that was in the joint for all types of shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I was dealing with some real cats. You know what I'm saying? So, man, firing people, yeah, I fire people, man. People do, you got people in your trucks. I remember one time I was on vacation with my girlfriend, man. My trucks all got GPS. Man, this one dude took one of my trucks home. I'm trying to think of some scenarios. Had to fire him. I never had nobody steal no money. I'm trying to think, man. People, oh, man, it's all type of stuff, man. People do all type of crazy stuff, man. Fraternizing with the customers, trying to talk to the customers, like the women and stuff, man. All type of stuff, man. Yeah, I fired people, man. I fired people. Oh, stealing fuel from the gas cards. You know what I'm saying? I got lazy one time for like 3 months, and there was some cats, they were stealing fuel and filling up their tanks, and then they start filling up others. And I'm trying to wonder, like, damn, the gas done doubled, man, this month. Like, why are we spending so much in fuel? But once I got tired of like spending that money, I really sat down and I had to look for what the pattern was, and then I had to match it up with the camera. So what they would do is each truck had a fuel card, and they would fill up the truck. So I'm like, why are these trucks filling up twice? So once I started doing the research, why is this truck filling up 2-3 times? Let me look at the route. Boom. They'll come back, finish their route for the end of the day, bring the truck back, park the truck, hop in their personal car. If the office was closed, like say their route went late into the day and the office was closed, they'll come in the gate, put the code, open the gate, park the truck, take the gas car, hop in their personal vehicle, drive to the gas station, fill up their car, fill up their girlfriend's car, drive back to the yard. Obviously, they're going to the closest gas station by the yard. Drive back to the yard and put the gas card in the drop box with the BOLs for the day, right? And it took me 3 months because I'm just so busy. I'm just paying the bill. I'm just paying it. But once I got tired of paying it, I sat down and I looked at everything and I caught them on camera. I'm like, okay, this truck filled up. Okay, the truck was parked at 827. So how did this truck number 4, pump $60 worth of gas at 840? He parked the truck. Okay, he on camera parking the truck. Then I see him on camera at 850 coming back and putting the gas card in. And that's how I caught him. So yeah, I fired people for all type of stuff, man. I've been threatened before, all type of shit, man. You fire people, you know, people gonna threaten you, threaten to kill you, and blow up the office. I'm gonna come up there, I'm gonna blow that bitch up. All type of shit, man. All type of shit, man. Got to go out there and get it. There's a certain time of year that's busier than other times. Christmas is always the busiest for freight. Obviously, for obvious reasons. Christmas. For moving, summertime, April through September. So moving, busiest time, April through September. Dock to dock, freight, final mile, November, December. January is busy too because you picking up, depending on what contract you got. If you got Wayfair, January can be busy too because you're dealing with a lot of returns. How you pay your people, W-2 or 1099? Both. It's a strategy to that. What I would suggest, if you run in a fleet of trucks, get you a CPA, accounting firm, to handle your books. Buy everything off your business card, your business debit card, and just give your statements to your account. That way it keeps it easy. And then do both. If you running enough trucks and you got a good amount of people, hire a CPA. If you got a good CPA, he'll tell you how to strategize that and what not to do. What you can get away with and what you can't get away with. But I do both. Fire. That's what's up. How long does it take? You have me for. All right. Any more questions? Any more questions? Let me put this stream up. What time is it? I got on here at 8:30. Been on for an hour and 15 minutes. All right. So that's the link. You got questions, you want to hop on, ask a question. That's the link to join. I had one person hop on so far, a bunch of other people asking questions over in the comments. However you want to do it, that's how you can do it. How about taxes? I've always had an accountant, so I just pay my taxes in March. That's when you file corporate taxes, in March. March is when you file corporate taxes. Some years I zero out. Some years I lose. Some years I pay. It all depends. It all depends on how the year went. Obviously, if you're building, let's say you jump into the game this year, you're probably going to be operating at a loss. You're buying vehicles, you learn the game. You can do that for like the first 3 years. Pay yourself handsomely. I always run corporation. I don't do LLC. So I don't do LLC. I've always done S Corp. You know what I'm saying? And I pay myself. And the beautiful thing with that is if you're operating at a loss, all the taxes that you pay, that is deducted from you as an individual, you get all that back because the business operated at a loss. Yeah, get a big tax break. I get a big tax break. When I was doing like millions of dollars gross a year, yeah, but I was spending a lot of money. I knew how to spend money. I remember the first year, I went out, I bought my first BMW 750. I bought it like a dumbass. And my accountant was like, why you didn't lease it? So 2 years later, I got out of that one. I bought it. I got traded out of it and I went and got the new one and I leased it. And that lease saved me, my accountant said, that year because of the depreciation for that 750 BMW under the business name. So it's a lot of ways you can play with taxes. I'm not an accountant. I just pay the $250 a month for the accounting firm that I deal with, that I've been dealing with since I've been in business. And, he gives me advice on what to do and what not to do. No, I don't want to do semis. For a long time, I didn't even deal with 26-foot box trucks. I remember the first time one of my 26-footers got roofed. Man, I was depressed. I thought it was the end of the world. This dude hit a viaduct that was 11 feet, tore the whole roof off. And for a while, I didn't want to deal with 26-footers. I just don't want to deal with semis. I know how hard, and it's not because of that. I'm not worried about viaducts. I'm just saying I don't want to deal with 26-footers because it's hard enough finding drivers, non-CDL drivers nowadays. the CDL companies are having a really, really hard time. You know what I'm saying? The turnover rate is high. You know, the drivers are out there, but they're jumping seat to seat. You know what I'm saying? It's just bad now. I don't want to deal with it. You know, I don't want to deal with it. So no, semis is just not, you know, there's not nothing I want to deal with. You know, no, there's money in it though. You know, if I was young, if I was 30 again, like I was 30 when I jumped into the game, then yes. But at 42, no. The stresses that I went through from 30 up until now, you know, I don't have the patience to deal with what I was dealing with when I was 30 and 31 and 32. And the biggest issue was the people. It wasn't the business. Business shit happens, you know. You win some, you lose some, but it's the people you have to deal with. You tell people to go, so I don't want to go here, man. Why I gotta go, man, Mark? Just the complaining. People come to you, they want to make money, they want an opportunity, and when you give them the opportunity, you know, and they get in, and after they've been in a while, you know, they want to tell you what they want to do and what they don't want to do. And the moment you let a driver or an employee tell you and try to dictate to you what they want to do, is the day you lost your company. And see, I was never that dude. You were never finna dictate to me what you want to do. You want a job? Then this is what I need you to do. It needs to get done. So either you want to do it, or I'm gonna find somebody else that's going to do it, or I have my black ass and I'm gonna go get in that truck and do it. You feel me? So I shut shit down before I allow somebody to dictate what they want to do if you working. So no, I don't want to deal with semi trucks, you know, for that reason, you know, you know. But yes, if I was 30 years old again, then yeah. But just at 42, no. I did my years. I did what I was supposed to do. So an escort makes more sense to me, but to each his own. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people get into LLCs. Why do a lot of people get into LLCs? Because that's the most promoted. Get you an LLC, get you an LLC, get you an LLC. It's other structures of businesses out there. You can get an S corp, you can get a C corp. An S corp is what logically works for me. You know, as a business person, I was running 15 trucks at one point. So of course I've been sued. The S corp protected me from the lawsuit. This guy sued my company, he sued my driver, and he was the helper. He sued my company, he sued the driver that he was sitting next to that day, and he sued another lady. He didn't sue Mark personally. He couldn't sue Mark. Mark was protected by the corporation, you know. So the corporation was a part of the lawsuit, not me individually. So a lot of other reasons why I choose corporations over LLC. But yeah, that's a good question. LLC is not the only structure of business. It's to each his own. What structure you choose, I prefer S corp. All my businesses are corporations. As long as the questions keep coming in, I'm gonna stay on. There's the link to go live with me. If you have a question, you want to hop on camera and go live, there's the link to do so. Have one person hop on. If you want to, continue to put your questions into the comments, you can do that. I'll stay on as long as the questions is coming in. If not, then I'm gonna retire. And what's the best way to build business credit? The best way to build business credit, one, in trucking, I would say buy your truck, right? Get you a credit card. Capital One is where I started. Capital One. and use it, and get you a good fuel card that reports to the credit. Those three things. Get you a truck, finance the truck. So if you renting a truck, obviously then that's not reporting. But if you purchase you a truck and you're financing, that's one good thing. Get you a business credit card, Capital One. That's what I recommend. Use it for things, pay it off. Use 30% of it a month. 30% of whatever they're giving you. Use the 30%, pay it all off, the 30%, right? And then get you a fuel card. What's a good price and amount of mileage for a used truck? Man, for a 26 footer, I wouldn't say no more than 35,000, 250 to 300,000. But I know we're in a different ball game right now. The prices that these trucks are, I'm not paying them. I'm not paying them because I'm from a different era where I know these trucks don't cost that much. I understand why they went up, but I'm not gonna pay 80,000, 70,000 for no 26 foot. I'd rather just wait it out, to be honest with you. But on a good day, a 26 footer, I find one about 8 years old, 6 to 8 years old, anywhere from 25 to 35,000 miles. About 25 to $35,000, about 250 to 300,000 miles, or 200 to 300,000 miles. If I would enter the game right now to buy a truck, I mean, if I had to really buy one right now, I guess, man, I wouldn't spend more than 50. If I was gonna buy one right now, 50. And I really wouldn't even want to do that because I know I'll be overpaying for it. Yep. I think waiting would be the best option right now. I really think these trucks are going to continue to go down. I said they was going to go down. I got flack for it. You know what I'm saying? And then guess what? A month and a half later, the prices started going down. Yeah, like the box truck. Well, so the manufacturer stopped when the pandemic happened. The plant shut down. They weren't making them. You got that chip thing with the semiconductors or whatever, that issue. Then PPP came in, the idle PPP. Everybody had money, so people went out and bought trucks. They bought up everything. It wasn't nothing left, right? So it was a demand for them. The supply was low, the demand was high, so the price went up, and there you have it. And it kept going up. I'm telling you, a 26 footer prior to the pandemic, 250,000 miles, 25, 30,000 all day long. Hino, however you want to pronounce it. That's the Toyota of box trucks. But get what you can afford. You know what I'm saying? Hino's is going to always be a little bit more, even if the market was right. The Hino's is going to always be a little bit more. Freightliner is okay. But if you can get a Hino, then I would suggest getting a Hino. Why don't I lease or rent out my parked trucks? Because they pay for it, and I just rather look at them. I did that once before, and it didn't work out well. People dog your stuff out. They treat you already dealing with your drivers dogging your stuff out, right? Ain't nobody going to treat your stuff the way you're going to treat it. So when you put drivers out there, they're gonna dog your stuff out. You know, they're not gonna drive it and care for it and caress it and do all the stuff that you would do, because the hard work and effort, sacrifice and blood, sweat, and tears that you put in to acquire these things, they didn't. Right? Same thing when you renting or leasing it out. Right? I don't want my stuff to be dogged out. Now, if I was entering the game last year or entering the game in 2020 or entering the game at 2019, I would be in a fickle right now. You know what I'm saying? So I would do whatever I needed to do to bring that income in. I don't like, everything is paid for, and I don't really like, it doesn't, but I just look at them. I don't have no problem just looking at them. If I need them, if I have to call up on them, then they there. I'd rather them be there if I need them than not be there. That's just me. I sold off some earlier this year, and I'm not selling anymore. I'm just gonna hold on to them. Maybe one day, I don't know. I can sell if we come out of this recession. Hopefully, I can maybe sell the business. I had a neighbor in my condo building ask me the same thing, because I got multiple parking spaces in this building, and some of them are just empty. And my neighbor that parks next to one of the parking spaces I do park, and he's like, "Man, why don't you rent one of your spaces?" I said, "Nah," because one day I just might want to hop up and buy another car, another whatever, and then I just rather the space just be there and be empty. You know. All right, questions. Live is dying down, so I'm probably going to end it. What time is it? We've been on live for an hour and 37 minutes. I'll probably go another 10 minutes, and then I'm going to end it, man. This time went by quick. All right, questions. There's the link. There's the link if you want to go live. Link if you want to go live. Boom, boom, boom. All right. It's dwindling down, so I'm going to end it. I'll probably do one next Sunday. Appreciate everybody that came out. I'm out.